Hello, hello, Libra. Welcome to your mid-September reading and happy early solar return for my sun in Libra people. So, wherever you have Libra in your chart, if it is prominent enough to be watching this reading, I want to tell you, get ready for Libra season. It's going to light you up. It's going to bring in a lot more activity. And this is your personal new year. If there's a time to decide what you want to leave behind and what you want to bring more of into your life, maybe thinking about how would I like my life to look next year on my birthday? Perfect, perfect, perfect time to be tuning in and getting really dialed in, really conscious. Okay, so let's get into some cards, shall we? Want to see how Libra is showing up, where your focus is, and what is showing up for you in this back half of September. As Virgo season sets and Libra season rises, Spirit, as the equinox approaches and the seasons change, what do you want to share with Libra for their highest good? Libra, Libra sun, Libra moon, Libra rising, dominant and 7th house dominant people, Spirit. Want to know how Libra is showing up and what is showing up around them, what you want to point out for their highest good, what you want to make them aware of, Spirit, that helps Libra step into peace, abundance, ease, fulfillment, pleasure. What do you want to make them aware of for their highest good in mid-September? All right, let's see what we got here. Libra. Libra sun, Libra moon, Libra rising and dominant people. Thank you. Hey, wow. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. This is a very work and money type of focused reading. I feel like you are craving control. That's the phrase that I'm hearing as I look at these cards. You come through in a very powerful position. You come through as the Emperor. Discipline, organization, rules that you make for yourself, these figure prominently. How are your rules? Do you have any? And if you don't, it might be time to institute some. And I specifically want to talk about beneficial limits, Libra. You can see for yourself here, you have in the current situation, the 9 of Wands, followed by the situation arising, the 10 of Wands. So it's kind of like things are going exactly that way. And if unchecked, you might end up at a little bit of a overwhelmed, overstimulated, overworked place. And I see so much potential here that I want to just say, hey, here's your yellow light. Take a look at your calendar or your to-do list or however you organize the stuff that you want to get done, and build in some space cushions in between. Spirit is showing me cars in traffic where it's like you don't want to be riding bumper to bumper because crashes happen. It's the same thing with your time and your energy. Crashes are going to happen if you don't put that space between this thing, the end of that thing, and the beginning of this thing, okay? Okay, now on the positive end, again, so powerful and so focused, 9 and 10 of Wands. The positive side of that is there's a finish line that is quite close. There's a sense of like completion and achievement, and it doesn't feel like the end all be all, but it feels like it is really significant. Like, wow, I really did that. That's finished. I can be really proud of myself. So I want to say, look for the right rules in place, and that means valuing consistency over intensity. Not, oh, I did a 6-hour house cleaning binge, for example, once every 2 weeks, rather than taking 15 minutes every day to keep things in a maintained, steady kind of cleanliness. Do you know what I'm talking about? Apply that across things. I'm an intuitive reader, Libra, so Spirit is showing me different things. They're showing me people who need to do a little bit of controlling of their physical environment. They're showing me people who need to get some control of their projects, where it's a little bit of like too much than too little, too much than too little. You know what I mean? And Libras can be a little famous for that, that when we're trying to get our scales balanced, sometimes we got to do a little bit of this. So it's okay. Nothing wrong with it. Doesn't mean that you can never get to that balance, but now would be a good time to start deliberately bringing in some moderation, titration. And I want to say specifically grounding is really important for you right now. Queen of Pentacles is sitting in the position representing the heart of the matter. So again, this sense of success, completion, recognizing, appreciating, and sharing your own value, figures so prominently. Spirit is saying Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. So Libra, for some of you, that means there's a prominent Taurus in your life. For others of you, I would like you to look at where Taurus is in your chart and see what's happening there. It's occurring to me now. Of course, I can't look at your specific chart, but Uranus is in its last leg of moving through the sign of Taurus. So there could be some major shakeups, changes, disruptions, even like eureka moments, depending on the nature of the energy for you, going on in that Taurus sector. Okay. Grounding. Grounding yourself in the things that you're good at. Grounding yourself in the things that you know and that you care about, because that's a lot better than grounding yourself in what other people are thinking or saying or perceiving. I say that because in the short-term future, Eight of Swords, the danger of overthinking things, bringing your forward movement to a halt. And Spirit is saying it's like, this is that vicious place where you can get to that overworked and overstimulated place and still not reach that completion. It's like there's a difference between like, man, that was a really long, hard slog, but I got that thing done and at least I get this sense of completion, versus I'm running myself ragged all the time and I'm still not making it to the finish line because I'm like maybe running in a bunch of different directions and then needing to start that other one again and try to find, it's like Spirit is showing me different threads and it's like, now I got to pick up the thread for this. Oh shit, I dropped it because I had to run over there and grab that and now I lost the thread and now that takes time. You know what I'm talking about? So simplify. Simplify. Rules and discipline don't need to feel like ball and chains. You want them to be supportive scaffolding for what you're trying to build. Like, what are the bones of your life? And if, you know, some of them are not serving you and are too restrictive, like, the beautiful thing is this is your puzzle and your scaffolding, your skeleton that you get to move and change around. So consider what is supportive and what is rigid or extreme, and make adjustments as necessary, because Eight of Swords, I love, love, love to see short-term future Eight of Swords, and then there's this transition and transformation into the Eight of Pentacles. So Spirit is saying it's literally like you can take the weight off of your mind, Eight of Swords, that holds you back from doing things. There's like a sense of insecurity. Maybe I'm not good enough. I don't know what I'm doing. How am I ever going to get there? Blah, 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 blah. You can kind of shut down all of those questions by creating that scaffolding like the emperor that you are meant to be in the back half of September, where it's like, well, I don't have to think about, oh my God, how am I ever going to finish that project, because I know that I'm working 3 times a week at these times for this long on that project, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? I can make it a no-brainer. Eight of Swords, no brain. We've done enough. Enough braining, and it's a focus on the things that aren't working, or the flaws, or the fears. So instead, let's channel that into Eight of Pentacles. How do I show up day after day in a consistent way that feels joyful? Because that's something else about the Eight of Pentacles. It is a card of like work and growing your skills and your money, by the way. Yay, Emperor. Some of y'all work for yourselves. That is coming through really strongly. Spirit is like, this is a very business and money focused spread. It's also a very like entrepreneurial kind of industrious spread. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you have a thing you like to do on the side, whether you just have a hobby that you're really serious about, you know, like, oh, I'm devoting a lot of time to my spiritual practice or whatever. It's like day after day, consistency over intensity. Showing up every single day, again, for 15 minutes is way more effective than once a month plugging in for 6 hours. I'm just saying. Eight of Pentacles, growth of skills, growth of money. The thing that you believe that you can do, you can do. You just need the right support. And sometimes support looks like little 15-minute timers that help keep you on your maintenance routine. What do you think, Libra? I see great opportunity and even potential for completion, like shutting down 100 mental tabs and being able to move forward with a lot more joy and focus, trusting that you can rest on the scaffolding and the supports that you've created for yourself. I would love to hear all about it. Comments, questions, stories, suggestions. Hey, as a neurodivergent person myself, if you have come up with any stuff that works for you, 15-minute timers. Timers work really well for me because it's like a way to keep me artificially, oh, I'm right here in this right now. Right now we're cleaning out the closet and that's it until the little bell rings. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Happy early birthday, Libra people. Love you. Thank you for being here. I really hope it's helpful. And if I don't see you before then I hope I'll see you in your October reading. Bye-bye.